Angry guy here. And today we're discussing why, while passport bros are thriving, women are facing massive debts and bankruptcy. Yeah, that one's a kicker. While passport bros are thriving, women are facing massive debts and bankruptcy. There's a lot of hardships that women are now facing because of decisions that they've made in life. We're going to look at an article. Go ahead and just jump right into it. And this actually is pretty darn interesting. It's pretty recent. Came out on July 11th, 2023. So just came out. And the article says some interesting things. It says how the $1.6 trillion student loan debt disproportionately weighs on Black women. And you see a picture that says, now what? And when the Supreme Court decided to block President Joe Biden's student loan debt relief plan, it left well-educated Black women across the country to bear a heavy financial toll. Black women own a disproportionate amount of the $1.6 trillion federal student loan debt, with high debt averages that with higher debt averages than any other demographic. These melanated and highly educated Black women have 43% more on undergraduate debt than their white counterparts. Now, here's the real question for you: whose fault is that? And it's not just Black women; it's women in general. For example, women who attend law school, women in law school are now, women make up the majority of people in law school, and they are also now carrying, the greatest burden of debt. And it's interesting because they're complaining about this. They're complaining about this, and yet it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because when men were going to law school, when men made up the vast majority of people in law school, and men were shouldering large amounts of debt to pay for those law degrees, no one cared. There were no complaints. But now that women are the majority of people attending law school, suddenly it's an issue. Suddenly everyone has to be aware of the hardships that these women are facing and the extravagant amounts of debt that they're holding on to. It's amazing how these modern day women, they want power, they want privilege, they want prestige, and yet they don't want responsibilities. They took on this debt. No one forced them to take on this debt. Analysis: the future of legal is female, but it comes with a cost. So, women make up the majority of all doctors and medical students in America now and in the UK, and they also hold the most debt. But so the future, women completely own the medical industry. They have completely taken over the medical industry. But at the same time, they don't want to work the same hours as men. They don't want to work the same hours as men because they find that to be too difficult. And it's very interesting, and it's crazy because they have their with power and privilege usually comes responsibility, but women don't want the responsibility and the accountability to have to take care of this debt, to have to pay for all of this debt. And now they're calling that a form of oppression. When men were, taking on massive amounts of debt to pay for their education and still are, no one cared. It's just unbelievable when you look at how women complain about absolutely everything. And I mean, what do they expect? They want to be bailed out. When the Supreme Court decided to block President Joe Biden's student loan debt relief plan, it left well-educated Black women across the country to bear a heavy financial toll. And, looking at this analysis, there have been more women than men in law school for almost a decade, but women still face considerable barriers in the legal industry, such as disproportionate workloads. Oh, so women have. Do you guys think about this? Think about how insane this is. She's saying that women have to do more work than men in in law. Women are forced to do more work than men in law. Is that because that women make up the majority of all lawyers? So they're the ones who are getting the majority of all work. Isn't that insane? And new data from Bloomberg suggests Bloomberg Law suggests that substantial law school related debt is another burden for women in law. This is crazy, guys. This is absolutely crazy. So they're arguing that women are being given too much work in law. Female lawyers are being given a disproportionate workload, and also they're holding a disproportionate amount of debt. But the reason why they hold a disproportionate amount of debt in law is because they make up the majority of all lawyers. And it's been like that for a decade now, or almost a decade. Since the U.S. Supreme Court's June decision to toss President Joe Biden's initial student loan forgiveness plan, I've taken a closer look at law school debt according to a borrower's race, ethnicity, gender, and life experience. 30% of the respondents to Bloomberg Law's most recent law school preparedness survey reported having law school related debt in the six-figure range, but a gender-based breakdown of the data shows that women make up a majority of those respondents. The same holds true for debt at or above $50,000. So if we look at the data, yeah, you can clearly see that women are making up the majority, the vast majority, holding the vast majority of all this debt, more than $250,000. This is unbelievable, guys. Like, this is massive. This is women hold almost 3 times the amount of debt for people who have more than $250,000 in debt for law school. Women hold almost 3 times as much debt as men. This is mad. This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. All right. For 100,000 to 250,000, they hold about twice as much debt. For 50,000 to 99,000, they hold about twice as much debt as men. Here's where things get interesting. For 25,000 to 49,000, men actually hold that amount of debt. So basically, men tend to graduate from law school with significantly less debt than women. For less than 25,000 in debt, men. No debt at all, it's 50% are men. Like, this is absolutely insanity when you check this out. So most of men are finding ways to graduate from law school. Those who are finding ways to graduate from law schools that won't result in them having massive amounts of debt. How are they doing that? Well, they're being responsible, because when you take out loans to go to school, they tell you that you can take out a certain amount. So what's more than likely happening is that women are taking out more in student loans than they actually need, while men are choosing to take out as little as they possibly can, paying that debt, just taking out what they need, paying down and paying for their education. And if they can pay out of pocket, they're paying out of pocket so they can avoid taking out as much as they possibly can in debt. This is interesting. This is extremely interesting. Men are actually avoiding as much debt as possible, and women are saying, "Oh, this is a form of oppression because it's somehow discriminate." How does it discriminate? You guys are going to the same colleges. You're going to the same universities as these men. So why are these women paying more in debt, accruing more debt than the men? Oh, we have special needs. Women have special needs. What, really? Really, you have special needs? Like what? Like what? What special needs do you have that would justify a man accruing, significantly less debt than you for your education? You don't understand what it's like to be a woman and the pressures that we face in society. That's absolute nonsense. You're taking out massive amounts of debt so that you can go and live luxurious lives, and you're using the extra money to go on vacations and girl trips and furnish your apartments and live it up. Like, I mean, you're literally trying to do like, you're literally trying to do like you do your Ally McBeal walk, and it's like y'all don't seem to understand that hot girl summer is over and broke girl winter is here. You know, soft girl era is just gonna come and go. I don't know what these women honestly think this is. This is sad and almost a little pathetic, I think, personally. Because, like, I mean, now they're trying to blame men in society, and and nonsense that women have to do more work than men in the legal field, and they're forced to take more debt than men. How are you forced to take on more debt than men? You're going to the same universities. You're choosing to take on more debt than men. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It just shows that most modern day women take no accountability and responsibility for anything that they do, but they want to place that burden. They want to place that on men and say, oh well, it's the fault of men, it's the fault of society, why we're struggling, why we have this much debt. And it's not true. It's not true. You know, it's that's why I said nothing lasts forever. And it's funny because, like, I mean, who do you think that, more and more men are just literally walking away from society, Western society, not marrying, not having children, and saying, yeah, or if they do, they're becoming passport bros, and women have no one to blame but themselves. And what do they think with this toxic way of blaming men for everything? It's going to result in them securing a relationship? Come on. And it doesn't help them by being, trying to run away from responsibility and expecting someone to bail them out. Because now what they're expecting is for the government to bail them out and clear out that $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. They want the government to wipe that all out. And keep in mind, men pay the majority of all taxes. So they basically want men as a society to clear their debt, and then the government raises taxes on men, and then men have to pay those taxes to make up for the cost, for the cost of that debt that women took out so that they could live there, so that they could have their start living soft girl life. Come on. Come on. It is absolutely ridiculous. And this is a terrible pattern that we've seen for years now, and it hasn't gotten any better. It just keeps on going downhill. It keeps on going in this direction. As passport bros are thriving, as passport bros are walking away and living these great lives with their Filipino wives and wives from other countries, you have these women in Western society that are going absolutely ballistic because they can't live with the consequences of the decisions that they've made. And you don't have men coming to their rescue anymore. You don't have men saying, okay, hey, I'm going to come and help you, I'm going to save you. No, you don't have that. Guys are like, no, sweetie, you're gonna have to work that out, boo. I'm not gonna come and rescue you from any of that. You made your choice. You said that you wanted to go get your bag. Now go get it, but you're not getting it off me. Go play Miss Ally McBeal. And Ally McBeal, like Callista, her name was, like, I think, Callista Flockhart. She is married to Harrison Ford. She's just an actress. She just plays tough on television. But she's a married woman. All these women, they thought they were big and bad and tough, and now look where they're at. Look where they're at. It's literally not worth it. Shout out to Coach Lamont in the chat. It's not worth it. Any smart man would avoid this type of thing at all costs. Let's check out this video. I've been holding on to this video. I want you guys to just look at how, like, guys overseas, or not overseas, guys that have gone overseas and have gotten wives, how they're living.
What are you doing? Oh, you're using your hands. Hello everyone, good evening. So I'm cooking dinner for tonight, and this is,
that's his Filipino wife, and I just, like, throw this in here. Coach Lamont says women are not worth it. Western women, the demands, the behavior, blaming guys for everything, absolutely not. But here you have this guy, here you have this passport bro, and his beautiful wife is cooking dinner, and it just shows you the contrast. He brought her back to the U.S. and look at, I mean, he's thriving.
Hello everyone, good evening. So I'm cooking dinner for tonight, and this is gonna be the vegetables. I don't know what this is called in English. We have a fish, fried fish, and I have my coconut meat that I'm gonna put in the vegetables, and a sardines. I'm gonna put sardines in it. I hope Scott will like it. Oh, let's see. Let's start now. Just gonna peel this off. Peel this off. And you have to do like this. Gotta do something like, oh my god, my thing. Yeah, I kind of forgot the oil. It's in the pan. Okay, let's continue. We have to peel this off. This is for the fried fish.
The whole bottom of the pan?
Not really, just enough for it to cook for fish. Okay, we're gonna wait for it to get hot, and then we'll put the fish. We're eating this, yeah?
Chicken.
No, this one.
Chicken.
No, we're gonna try this, right?
What even is that?
It's vegetables.
I know, it's a vegetable. What kind of vegetable is it?
I forgot. Maybe you can search it later. Don't smell it.
I mean, it smells like fruit.
Cook it like that. Done. Wait a minute. Why did my dad slice it like that? I think it's, yeah, like that. Slice it. See? It's like this. So I'm gonna put like salt in it. And I'm gonna like do this. What's the English for this? Like that. Rub it with salt and do
Mix
this.
it.
You gotta do this, like, you know.
Mix it.
Mix it.
Mix it.
Squeeze it.
Yeah, sure. Squeeze the salt into it.
Squeeze it. So I'm gonna cook this now, like this, just like this, just to completely dry the water inside. It is right. Done. It's sticky. I can't. No, it's not. Then the coconut meat. What?
Coconut meat can be opened with camel's milk.
I don't have time for that to look for it, baby. Find it. This one is quicker.
Let's do it the more dangerous way then. Okay.
Done. See, it's just 1 minute. And the sardines, because this is what's gonna be the flavor of the vegetable.
Don't splatter.
Take it like that and see.
Sardines, and the onions and the peppers.
And the onions and pepper. That's where we're gonna put next. Alright, so now we're gonna put our onion. Just put it there. And the pepper, green pepper. Yeah, green pepper.
Green pepper.
And next we're going to put our coconut milk. Put it there. And the sardines for the flavor. You know what? Just put it inside and then shake it like that. Get all of the juice. Alright, my fish is already done. Ta-da! Are you excited to try my cooking?
Yes, baby.
The vegetables with the sardines?
Yes, I'll try.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'll try.
That's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
Fish is not bad. It's not that bad, right?
Mm.
It's bigger this time.
It's way bigger this time.
Yes. Yeah, great. Okay.
I'll try it.
We're gonna add all-in-one seasoning. Oh, I remember now what's this vegetables. It's green papaya, not the ripe one. The green one.
So not sweet. Not sweet.
That's the finished product. Okay, baby. Dinner. Ta-da.
I'll take that.
Yeah. And the fish.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Staring at me again.
It's gonna be delicious. That's gonna be a combination whenever we eat that. That's your vegetables and this is your fish.
Okay, well, I'm going in for the vegetables first, yeah.
With the sardines.
Where?
It's all mixed in there. That's why you can't see it anymore. It's just a flavor.
Better? Oh, that's not good.
Okay,
Okay, I got this.
try it.
I got this, I promise.
How is it? How is it?
I like the hot sauce and stuff, and it's good.
What's the taste like? Can you describe it?
I can clearly taste sardines, but the coconut milk makes it really good.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What about the fish? That's a combination. Just get a small one. Come on, you can do it.
Do I just bite it like this?
Up to you. Bite it or just get it with your finger.
I mean, it's dry.
It's fried, baby. Of course it's gonna be like that. That's a combination.
Yeah, give me much more of this.
Yummy? Glad you like it. And your rice. Your steamed rice. Yummy?
Wait.
What are you doing? Oh, you're using your hands. Yeah, now you can go to the Philippines and live in the Philippines. Great job, bravo.
I mean, guys, how awesome is that? He has a wife. He has his wife, and she's cooking, she's cleaning for him, she's taking care of him, and she's cooking him healthy food. This is one of the reasons why you can see why Americans are so overweight compared to the Filipinas. The food is just so different. You know, she made him vegetables using like coconut milk, you know, and just natural food, healthy food. And she fried him four fishes, rice. And and if you notice, it looks tasty, but that's a very healthy meal. All right. She's taking good care of this man. You know, he's getting a lot of utility from her. He has a beautiful wife and a happy life, and he's not wealthy. All right, but he's doing well, and and as a result, here's the irony about all of this. As a result of marrying this woman, it's insane. He met her on Facebook, and he has an autoimmune disease. He has an autoimmune disease. It's called I'm trying to look for the right way of pronouncing it. It's like a hard pronunciation, but it's called scleroderma. Okay, that's a hard pronunciation, and it's an autoimmune disease. It slowly progresses, but it is manageable. And you know, it can affect the skin, it can darken the skin, it can result in weight loss. That's why he looks the way he does, although he doesn't look terrible. Come on. And he's living his best life. You know, he was low in energy, and his doctor didn't think that he could really do anything. And he said, no way that you'd ever be able to go to the Philippines. Not only did he go to the Philippines, after she reached out to him, she accidentally messaged him on Facebook. She was trying to message someone else. She ended up messaging him. They talked for like months on and off, like just being like online friends. And then eventually they clicked. He decided he was going to go to the Philippines and meet her. He went over to the Philippines, you know, and before he met her, he was living basically kind of a solitary life, you know, as a like kind of like a guy who couldn't do much for himself. And as a result of meeting her, he became extremely independent. He began traveling. He went to the Philippines. They traveled throughout the country. They went and saw different sites and different things in the Philippines. And then, you know, and then he worked to bring her back to America. He married her and worked to get her back in the United States. And it took them years. It took 4 years for him to bring her to the US. And I want y'all to just think about the hard work this man had to put in to get this woman, you know, and a lot of men would not put in that kind of work. A lot of y'all wouldn't put in that kind of work for a woman, you know, a lot of men wouldn't put that kind of work. They want something handed to them, because a lot of guys are lazy today. You know, don't get me wrong, women in Western society, there's some serious issues with women in Western society, but a lot of men today are lazy. A lot of men are lazy. The men who are going overseas and establishing themselves overseas, those are the men who have actual value because they're willing to take risks. They're willing to leave their comfort zone. The passport bros are the real alphas right now. They are the real alphas because they're willing to leave their comfort zones and go overseas. And they're the ones who've worked and saved their money so that they can make these trips, so they can go and live these lives and experience these different things. I like this comment from King Angel. King Angel, he said something really good. He said, use Duolingo and Babbel to learn a new language and get your passport, fellas. All right? We have to band together. And this is really it. Like, guys, like this fighting between men has to stop. You know, we need to stand together against those who want to destroy us, you know, including the simps, because the simps are not our friends. And we need to stand up to these people and say, you know, listen, we're not going to tolerate this from you guys, because this is the way of their, this is their survival mechanism. So this infighting between men of different ethnicities has to end, especially like black and white American men. Both are Americans. Y'all like the same food, the same music. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Y'all like the same damn food. Y'all like the same damn music. Some of y'all like the same damn kinds of women. All right? You do the same exact jobs. I mean, this infighting has to stop. Men have their struggles, regardless of ethnicity. All right, and every man is going through the same struggles with women who look like them. All right, black men having trouble with black women, white men, white women, Asian men, even America, Asia. It's the same thing. Hispanic, same thing. Same thing. I hear from men in Mexico, like, bro, we're having the same problems down here in Mexico with these women. I'm just being real with y'all. And I've told y'all about city women in Mexico. Like, it's the same, like, say it doesn't matter, like city women, when you go to, like, it doesn't matter what country you really go to these days, as long as it has Western influence, the women are going to, like, you know, city women are just different, are very much like Western women. And they're, you know, if you want a good woman, you're gonna have to go out to the country. The thing with the Philippines is that the center of a woman's life in the Philippines is her family. It's her family. The center of her life is her family. So this whole single motherhood thing, that doesn't fly over there. They don't celebrate that over there. You know, it's not as tolerated over there. And that's all there really is to it. Like, y'all have to wake up and understand and realize that we live in that this thing that's going on in Western society, it's abnormal. It's not natural. And by the way, guys, if you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, never miss another video again. I like the video because it tells YouTube that you're enjoying the content and you want to see more of it, so YouTube will show you more of it. But I mean, guys, you know, you can see it. While passport bros are thriving, women are facing massive debts and even bankruptcy. You know? And no one's crying for them, because they made this decision for themselves. This is the result of poor choices, and they're gonna have to live with those poor choices right now. That's it. That's really all there is to it. And they can cry about it, they can moan about it, they can rant about it, but I said it before. You know, they made their decision. They made their deals with the devil, and now they have to pay up. And listen, I said this, that the devil's been doing this for millennia. It's been doing this for billions of years. There's other life in the universe. We're not the only life in the universe. There's other intelligent life in the universe that came long before us. All right? And you don't think they had to deal with the devil? Of course, they made deals with the devil, and the devil collected. The devil collected. And modern day women, they think that they're going to outrun the devil. They're going to outrun the hellhounds. And that's just not going to happen. You know, those hellhounds are going to come and collect. All right. Just like a debt collector, those hellhounds are going to come and collect. They're going to get their bag one way or another. You know, Satan's been collecting he's been collecting his for billions of years. And modern day women think that they're going to outrun they're gonna outrun him. You know, they got their reward. Now they're facing their punishments, and they think they're gonna avoid punishment. They're gonna avoid consequences, and that's just not how it works. You know, that's why they say that. That's why they say that you have to be really careful about what you do in this world, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You know, they say women are born rich and they pass away poor, and men are born poor and they pass away rich. And that's because men have to work for everything. So they build their wealth over the course of their lives, while women are given everything up front because of their sexual marketplace value and how high it is when they are young. But as they get older, it decreases and eventually vanishes. And they are left with nothing. So the women who are smart, that build a family when they are young, those are the ones that thrive and survive. But the ones who gamble it away, that throw it away, you know, run in the streets with Chad, Tyrone, Pookie, and Ray Ray, and then when they're 30 or 40, they want to settle down with a nice, so-called nice guy that can like give them soft girl lives. That's absolute nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. And it's no wonder. It's no wonder they have all this debt right now that they're facing, and they think they're gonna find a millionaire to pay this off and let them live like and let them live like soft girls. And like I said, it's just basically soft girl is just a glorified sugar baby. Soft girl is just a glorified sugar baby, and sugar baby is just a glorified escort. And that's the honest to goodness truth. And I can keep on breaking it down even more than that. I'm just being real honest with y'all. I'm just being straight with y'all. You know? That's just how it is. What do you guys think about this? You know, these passwords, look at that guy. Look at the guy I just showed you. He's living his best life. His wife is taking care of him. He's happy. You know, this is what it's about. This is really what it's about. If you have to put in some work. And I want you guys to be successful, and I want you guys to live high quality lives and happy lives. You know, I want you to be content. You know, I want you to be content in life. I want you to be able to say, I'm content. I'm content with what I have. You know? Because life is for living. If you want to be alone, that's your choice, and I support that choice. But if you want to find someone, go overseas. Get your passport, go overseas. Because it's for modern day women in the West, it's downhill from here. Tent City is coming. Tent City is coming. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. And I told y'all, Tyrone is going to be king of 10 cities. He's going to be running wild in there. And nobody's really going to stop him. They're just going to keep him in, along with the women. I want to know your thoughts, guys. I want to hear what you think about this, because it's going to be hard for a lot of these women that think that they thought that they were going to have their way. And now look at what's happened. They're trapped in 10 City. Hey, everyone. I appreciate your support and feedback. If you want to show your gratitude, you can use the Super Thanks feature to tip me any amount you like. You'll also get a special comment that I can see and reply to. Or you can become a channel member using the join button and get exclusive perks like badges, emojis, live chats, and more. Your support helps me make more videos for you. So thank you, and stay tuned for more. I mean, guys, you have to wake up and realize that what's happening with women now in the West, it's the result of many bad decisions over decades. You know, it's a result of many bad decisions over decades. Most women don't even like most men. You know, most women don't like 95% of men, and they're all chasing after the men. And not only are they chasing after the same 1% of men, but they're chasing after the top 10% of the top 1% of men. How insane is that? What that really tells you is that most women are no longer capable of pair bonding. Most women today are no longer capable of pair bonding. That's the honest to goodness truth in Western society. And it's unfortunate, but that's the choice that they made. That's how they chose to use their value, to give it away, to throw it away. And now they have to live with those consequences. But that doesn't mean that you have to live with their consequences. You shouldn't be living with their consequences. You should be walking away. You should be men walking away, focusing on yourself, living your life to the fullest, and not letting someone else's poor decisions affect your life because you're not responsible. Shout out again to Coach Lamont, who says, facts, brother. It's really as simple as that. It really is. What do you guys think about this? While password bros are thriving, women are facing massive debts and bankruptcy. I want to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. You know my thoughts, but let's talk about it more in the comments, all right? Let me know what you think regarding this. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.